The Walking Dead, Season 5, Episode 3, Four Walls and a Roof. Episode 3 of The Walking Dead Season 5, Four Walls and a Roof, delivers a harrowing and intense continuation of the group's struggle for survival. As Gareth and the remaining Terminus cannibals threaten their safety, Rick and the group must make tough decisions that test their morality, unity, and resolve. Plot summary. The episode opens with the horrifying aftermath of the previous episode's events. Bob Stookey awakens to find himself held captive by Gareth and the Terminus survivors, who have amputated and eaten part of his leg. Gareth taunts Bob, coldly explaining that they've turned to cannibalism out of necessity and view it as a means of survival. Despite his pain and fear, Bob defiantly laughs and reveals a shocking secret: he was bitten by a walker before being captured, meaning Gareth and his group have consumed tainted meat. The revelation sends shockwaves through the Terminus group, introducing tension and panic among them. Meanwhile, back at the church, Rick and the others grow increasingly suspicious of Father Gabriel Stokes. Rick interrogates Gabriel, pressing him for answers about his past. Gabriel tearfully confesses that he locked the church doors during the early days of the outbreak, refusing to let in his congregation to protect himself. This act of cowardice has haunted him ever since, and he insists that he is not hiding anything else. Despite his confession, the group remains on edge. As they strategize their next move, Bob is dumped outside the church by Gareth's group, barely alive but able to warn Rick and the others about the looming threat. Bob's admission of being bitten shocks the group, particularly Sasha, who struggles to come to terms with losing someone she loves. In a poignant moment, Bob reassures Sasha that he doesn't regret the time they shared, even in the midst of the apocalypse. Rick and the group prepare for an attack, knowing Gareth and his men will return. When Gareth arrives at the church, he underestimates Rick's readiness. Gareth taunts Rick, believing him to be predictable and morally restrained. However, Rick proves otherwise, ambushing Gareth and the Terminus survivors in a brutal and decisive counterattack. The group eliminates Gareth and his followers in a shocking and graphic sequence, marking one of Rick's darkest moments as a leader. Rick's words, "I already made you a promise," underscore the cold resolve he now carries. After the confrontation, the group holds a somber discussion about their path forward. Rick, Abraham, and the others debate whether to stay at the church or head toward Washington, D.C., as Abraham believes Eugene holds the key to ending the outbreak. The group decides to split temporarily, with Abraham, Eugene, Rosita, Glenn, Maggie, and Tara heading toward Washington, while Rick and the rest stay behind to regroup. The episode ends with an emotional farewell between Sasha and Bob. As Bob succumbs to his walker bite, Sasha puts him down to prevent reanimation, showcasing her strength and love in a heartbreaking moment. Meanwhile, Gabriel looks at his church with a mix of guilt and despair, realizing how far the world has fallen and how much blood has been shed within its sacred walls. Key themes: morality versus survival. The episode explores the moral compromises the group must make to survive. Rick's brutal takedown of Gareth's group blurs the line between justice and vengeance, raising questions about how far the survivors are willing to go to protect each other. Redemption and guilt. Father Gabriel's confession and his struggle with guilt highlight the theme of redemption. His cowardice contrasts sharply with the group's willingness to fight for one another, emphasizing the personal cost of survival. Loss and strength. Bob's journey in this episode is both tragic and uplifting. His optimism and ability to find joy in the darkest of times leave a lasting impact on the group, particularly Sasha, who demonstrates remarkable strength in the face of her loss. Trust and unity. The group's growing distrust of outsiders, including Father Gabriel, reflects the dangers of their world. However, their unity in facing Gareth's threat showcases the strength of their bond and their commitment to protecting each other. Character development. Rick Grimes, Rick's increasingly pragmatic and ruthless leadership comes to the forefront, as he takes decisive action against Gareth without hesitation. Sasha Williams, Sasha's emotional strength and resilience are tested as she says goodbye to Bob, showcasing her depth and determination. Father Gabriel Stokes, Gabriel's confession and his inability to act during the confrontation highlight his internal struggle and growing realization of the harsh realities of the world. Bob Stookey, Bob's optimism and bravery, even in his final moments, leave a profound impact on the group and serve as a reminder of the importance of hope. Memorable moments. Bob's defiant revelation to Gareth about his walker bite, turning the tables on the cannibals. Rick's brutal takedown of Gareth in the Terminus survivors, showcasing the group's growing ruthlessness. Father Gabriel's tearful confession about locking out his congregation, adding depth to his character. Sasha's emotional goodbye to Bob, a powerful and heartbreaking moment of love and loss. The group's decision to split, setting the stage for new storylines and challenges. Conclusion. Four Walls and a Roof is a tense, emotional, and action-packed episode that highlights the complexities of survival in The Walking Dead. It balances shocking moments of violence with heartfelt character development, leaving viewers on edge as the group faces both external threats and internal struggles. The episode solidifies Rick's transformation into a hardened leader while showcasing the unbreakable bonds that hold the survivors together in their darkest moments.